All right, good morning. It is June 1st of 2025, and we had a great question about HIMS going into June here. And I really wanted to take this time to kind of do a video on what I look at and how to kind of grow into an advanced trade. And everyone knows about the five time frames with the strat: the year, the quarter, the month, the week, and the day. And whether or not you actually use these time frames, I would highly encourage you to start using these so that you can see the big picture. And you're going to hear me talk about the big picture a lot because I have found that the majority of the traders who find their way into the server do not use them. And what we're doing, we're reading this like a book so that when we read it, it makes sense. And what this will do, this will help you stay out of really bad trades. At least that's what I got out of it. I noticed that when I started to apply full time frame continuity, that my journaling and my trading and my confidence and my consistency, they all went up. And that's my goal for you, is that if you're learning how to hit a baseball, I'm not going to throw you the 100-mile heater right away. I'm going to put it on a tee for you, and we're going to slow this down. Now, the very first thing that you should see with HIMS is that we have full time frame continuity right here: the year, the quarter, the month, the week, and the day. And because you have full time frame continuity, you will eventually get a setup on a smaller time frame. Now, when I say a smaller time frame, for some people that's a month, for others that's a week, and for others that's a day. But that also means it can trickle down to intraday. But let's just focus on the five time frames right now, because one of the best students that I ever have, or still have, because he's still there, he started to apply this to the week, and it was just amazing at the results that he got. And he's still killing it. And Johnny Trader knows that. And every time he comes in, I just love how he kind of comes into the room and he says, "Hey, yeah, I'm still in it," or "I got into it from down here," because he's very disciplined. He knows his trade now because he's defined it. And when you look at HIMS here, look at this. Right here in the week, we have a 2-1 setup. Now, for the month, we have a 2-2 setup. So going into the month, do we have a setup here? Not really. We have a possible 2-2 continuation to target right here, or we have a possible 2-1, or heck, we could even go 2-3, couldn't we? Because we never know what's going to happen in the market. We can never predict it. And that's why we use something as simple as price to tell us what could happen. Now, HIMS could come up here on Monday and trigger 5739 for the breakout right there in this area and run right here to the first target and to the third target or second target and then to the third target. It could do that, right? Some of you might look at this and say, "Oh, HIMS is a beautiful cup with handle right here, and it could trigger right here at this 65.89. This would be a William O'Neill trade, right?" And so what I'm getting at is that if you do this long enough, you're going to hear about a lot of different strategies that are out there. But we're going to focus on the strat. And so all we're looking for on Monday is a signal or a trigger above 57.38 to the upside or a 52.09 to the downside, because it could go back down, right? It could fail. It could come back all the way down here. Now, will it do that? I don't know. We have to wait and see. And if you're in the if you're trying to predict what's going to happen, you're going to be disappointed a lot because the market has a tendency to fool a lot of people. So this is one that you could look at, and you could trade this back all the way up here to gap right here. Now let's look at HIMS from a different point of view, because I know a lot of you are chomping at the bit and say, yeah. I get the 5 time frames. They're big, but they're slow. Oh, okay. So let's throw a 160 in here, because you guys know I like a 160. So if we take this and we look at HIMS on a 160, let's just bring this in. And I use extended hours, right or wrong. That's what I do. And on my 160, I use uh, a 10 by 20 cross. This is part of Sylvia's strategy, which I really like. Sylvia is a part of our group, and she is probably one of the best intraday traders I have ever met. So if intraday is your thing, you might want to get to know Sylvia a little bit. Keep in mind during the summer, she is busy with her family, which I have a ton of respect for, family first. But every now and then she does pop in. But based upon that strategy here on the 160, this is why I like to use it. Because the 160 is the smallest time frame on this screen right here, or on this workspace, look, we got triggered into this trade right there, right? And this is where I got in. And I think John actually joined me on this, and we just did a quick day trade, and we took our money right here or here. Either one. You can take it either way, because this is a target on the 160 and this is a target on the 160. Now, for some of you, the 160 is still too long. And so if you are a new trader and you find that this makes you impatient, guess what? You can actually come down to this and you can change the time frame to a 15. And let's look at HIMS here on a 15. And let's enable the intraday or extended hours. And look, you can see that you would have had a couple opportunities to get into HIMS. And all we're doing is waiting for the rev strat. So you could have gotten in right here, when it sold off for 45 minutes and everyone was thinking, oh my God, it's going to die. It's going to go down. All they did was bring it in to take it back up higher. And look, we went higher. That too could have been a nice little trade for you, because when you apply this strat right here and you're new, I know what it's like to be anxious. I know what it's like to be fearful. And if all you're doing on the 15 is waiting for this to give you a rev strat, guess what? You're going to take it right here and you're going to put your stop right there. That's all you need to do. And you could have traded this right back to target. Right there, you're done. Your trade's over. The goal is to make money consistently with confidence. And if that's what it takes for you to do it, then here's your intraday 15-minute chart. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.